this is Roxy from voicersize.com. I'm going to give you a quarantine exercise routine to practice today to help you build your runs or your melismas or your ability to riff. These are all terms that mean the same thing. But basically that means singing more than one note and a syllable of a word. And it's something that singers that work with me want to know all the time, okay? So the first thing I'm gonna do is play some chords for you, which a chord are 3 or more notes on a piano that sound good together. That's all that they are. There are chords that are called major and chords that are called minor. And the easiest way to explain a minor and a major chord is that one sounds happy and one sounds sad or concerning. That's the best way for me to say it, other than going into a whole bunch of music theory, which would take the whole lot of this video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play a chord like this, and I want you to sing a note that sounds good with it, okay? So I'm gonna give you some examples of that. Now you try to do that. Okay, I'm gonna do different ones because of course I'm not gonna let you cheat. Okay, here we go. Good. Good. Very good. Okay, now this time I'm gonna play a chord and sing a note. Then I'm gonna play it again and make sure that you can sing the same note. You ready? Very good. Now create your own here. Good. 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 Now just one note, okay? One note with the la. Let's do a couple more. Was a weird one, right? Good. So being able to have your own sound as a singer requires that you're willing to let your voice sound the way that it does and find the amazing parts in it, not just find your faults. But if you're not willing for it to sound funny, you're never going to get it to sound good because you have to go through the bad to get to the good through almost everything in life. Okay? So our next step is going to be singing 2 notes. And I'm going to sing a bunch and you copy me and then I'll let you fly with your wings. Okay? Here we go. Your turn. Good. La la. Very good. La la. Good. So it's your turn. Ready? Ooh. I want you to make sure that you sing not just all of them going down or all of them going up, because you're trying to stretch your abilities and find out what you really can do. So don't do all like la 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 la, because that's super boring. You want to figure out what you are capable of. So have a little bit of, I don't know, imagination. Okay? Here we go. Awesome. Okay, continue. All right, and one more. Okay, good. So notice that I'm going kind of fast. I don't want you to get into your head. Don't think about what you're trying to do. Just do it. Because singing requires you to do actions. And thoughts are not actions. Thoughts are thinking. And those are different than like the verb of singing. It requires you do something. So I'd rather you start off and do it wrong than think about it for 5 minutes. Okay? Because singing requires you to do this when you sing. Your emotions and your skills and your abilities are going like this. You can't like be like thinking about every single thing that you do, because no one will receive the communication you're giving. It'll look like you're trying to make perfect notes. All right, so now I'm gonna do 3 notes. This is kind of more like a run, and we're going to not make a la between each one of them. We're gonna go la, which is more like a run. Again, run is just more than 3 notes in one syllable of a word, which an example of that would be Mary had a little lamb, as opposed to Mary had a little lamb. You go little lamb. It's more than one note in a syllable of a word, and it's the way that you make your voice sound unique and make it sound like you have some feeling, as many people really think of it as being that. Okay, so here's our next step. We're gonna try a 3-note run, an actual run. I'm gonna play some chords and sing some runs. Again, I'm gonna keep that style of going up and then going down and then going up and then going up and then going down, so that I'm not doing the same thing over and over again. Because if you ever heard a song where somebody sings the same runs over and over again, it just sounds a little boring. It sounds like they're not really communicating, which we all like suspenseful movies because we don't know what's going to happen. So kind of like the same idea, okay? So here is the first one. Your turn. Good. La. Good. Here's my up one. Very good. Now it's going to be your turn to try some all by yourself. Start off with 3, and then after you've done like 3 or 4 with 3, then try to have enough courage to try more than 3, and that can be as many notes as you want to, as long as it's going within the amount of time I'm giving you, obviously, because I'm not there with you, although I wish I was. So here's the first chord for you. Great. Very good. Good. Now remember, try your hardest not to think, just do, okay? All right, here's the next one. Awesome. And this one? Good. Are you going up and down and not keeping it safe? All right, so we're gonna try doing more than 3 notes now, okay? So I'll give you an example like I did before. Doesn't need to be that complicated, but it could be if you're willing to, of course. You're by yourself, probably, so it doesn't matter if you mess up, correct? You just do it again. Nothing happens if you mess up. It just do it again, okay? So let's try one for you here with more than 3 notes. You ready? Here we go. Fantastic. Let's try one here. So good. All right, and try one here. Right, I tricked you. It's the same chord, just a little higher. So sometimes when somebody plays something that's high, a person tries to sing notes that are high. You totally can, but so something in music called octaves, which means that every time that I play 8 notes, it's the same note again, right? So if I play up here, you don't have to sing, you could go, which is in this area, okay? So you can stay true to yourself. If I go super high on the chords of my piano and you don't want to go that high quite yet, then just sing ones that are lower, that sound good in your voice, as long as they're within that chord that I'm playing. So let me go over that real quick, okay? So when I play a chord, I'll play this one. The notes that will sound good with it are the ones that are within that chord, right? So you can start off with this. Low. I can't sing that low, but if I could, that's the note that I would be singing, right? Good. So, sorry. Play a chord like that. Those are the notes that you could sing that would sound good with it, right? Also, there's something called a scale. A scale are all the notes that would sound good with that key, which a key is a chord, right? The key of a song. That's the chords that go along with the song. So, if I played, those are the notes that sound good with this chord. Okay? One thing that I've noticed about training musicians is that if you don't know the language, it's really, really, really hard to figure out what the heck to do. It's super, super hard because you walk around with big blanks in your mind. And words are a hugely important part of learning anything. If I were talking to somebody in Spanish and didn't know 3 or 4 of the words that they were saying, I would have no idea what the entire sentence was. Even if I didn't know what one word was, it's possible that I would have no idea what the whole sentence was, because words give you pictures and that's what makes you understand what to do. So when I do videos like this, I always try to make them super explanatory to make sure you understand what I'm asking you to do. However, if I go past something you don't understand, please just write it in the comments. And please don't feel silly for doing it, because most people are asking the same question, okay? All right, so we're gonna get back to this drill. Sorry for all the talking. But now I'm gonna have you sing 3 or more notes again, okay? So here we go. Good. Fantastic. It's a weird one, right? Okay, I'm gonna throw you some weird ones. Ready? Very good. Ready? Good. I'm trying to create some funny ones for you, so see what your ears can hear. Fantastic. And let's try this one. Very good. So this is one of the drills that I've created recently for singers, for so many of you that want to be able to find your own sound and learn how to sing runs and build up your confidence, which is what that drill normally does for most people. If there are any other drills you would like for me to do for you, please ask me and comment or message me and let me know, because I super love helping singers and I've made it my mission to figure out how to help everybody. There are 3 generations of us that have been doing that for the past 30 years. If you look this way, there is my grandmother. Her name was Amanda Ambrose. She was a jazz performer for 60 years and never had a day job. And she created the technique that I teach. This is called voicercise, because classical music creates different types of training and different types of skills to be able to sing it. And for instance, you don't normally learn how to sing runs in singing that kind of music because the timing is different. This is my mom, Naomi TK. She has YouTube videos that are still being viewed today that have over 1 million views. And she really helped get this method off the ground and made it so it was available to everybody. She even toured the world and went to the UK and all sorts of places to teach the method. This would be me. So I've been teaching singing since I was 19 years old. It's my passion. I had this amazing group of singers that came before me that really, really helped me understand the importance of training, because I was not given a God-given gift. Believe it or not, not everybody that learns how to sing already knew how. A lot of people don't know how, and they figured out how by working really hard at it. In fact, most people, you can see people behind me on my wall, didn't know how to do it before they started. But when the person thinks that they have to already know it before they start it, they don't seem to try very hard to be able to do it. And the thing about it is that when I was given the ability to perform a lot of places when I was about, 13, 14 years old is when I did my first professional gig, I realized that I had connections, but I wasn't as good as I wanted to be. And so I decided that I was going to train myself and I was going to ask for my mom's help. And that was a really big deal to me because I was a teenager, and what teenager wants to listen to their mom? But my mom happened to be a pretty amazing person. And with her help, we have helped a total of 60,000 voice students over the course of my lifetime, which is like 30 years. And I'm very grateful for that. I'm super grateful for that, and I'm so glad to be here. I've been teaching, as I mentioned, since I was 19, and I'm known for fast progress. And I think that's awesome. I think that it's awesome to have over 100 5-star reviews on Google, people messaging me all the time for lessons online via Skype, but mostly it's pretty amazing because I don't have to teach people things they already know. That's the big secret. That's the secret to my success, is that I don't figure that a person needs to start from zero every single time that they come to me for singing lessons, because everybody has their own path and their own strengths and their own weaknesses. And when your weaknesses are everything, that's how you define yourself. And I think that's a load of crap. Excuse my French. I don't think that a person should have to tear you down to build you up. I think that a person helping you should be able to point out your flaws and tell you exactly how to fix them. Exactly how to fix them, or not bother to say it at all, because it just gives you a problem. And now, because somebody says your high notes suck, or your vibrato is not very good, or you don't sing runs very well, all you're going to do is just stop singing runs and stop singing high notes. But it probably was like one high note in the song. You probably sang most of them fine. And fixating on all of your broken parts does not make them any less broken. But all the broken parts are not actually bigger than the most amazing parts about you. And that's just the way that I teach. That's what I believe. It's not necessary to lie to somebody and tell them they can sing when they can't, because that's crap too. That's going to make me look bad and you look bad, because you're going to go out and you're going to perform and you're going to think you sound good, but then you're not. And they're going to say, who's your vocal coach? And you're going to say, Roxy Miller. So that's not going to be a win situation for either of us. But to me, a person is as great as they set their mind to be. And as much as you can put their attention on their flaws, you can also put their attention on what they're great at. And you happen to normally get what you put your attention on. So that's just my little thing for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will look forward to seeing you guys next week. Have a great night.